Hi guys, DaveMadMax, San Diego Gym, World Gym. Big Jon Ward, 17 weeks out from the USA. Big Jon, how you feeling, man?
Feeling great, man. Refreshed. Took about 3 months off after USA's last year. Didn't go as expected. I think I just kind of ran my body to the ground after the last few years, show after show. So I'm gonna take a break, revamped everything. Matt Jansen and I have been working together since November. He listens. We talk a lot of dialogue, constantly changing stuff. He revamped my entire training schedule, and it's been fun to train again. I'm enjoying being in the gym. Weight's gone back up, about 15 or 20 pounds heavier than I was last off season.
Wow.
And just getting ready to crank it down the next 3 or 4 weeks.
That's awesome, man. Thanks for having us today. What are we training?
Training some arms. My kind of my touch-up arm day. I split up arms over 3 sessions. Okay. Over the week, so I do bis early in the week. I do tris early in the week, and then today get a nice little pump and keep the blood flow. Nice. Keep the blood in the muscles.
Cool. Thanks for having us, Big Jon. Hi guys, I'm here with Big Jon, and it's so nice to see you, man. It's been too long since I came here, and I was telling you off camera. I said, man, it's far to come to San Diego, but man, I miss it. And when I'm here, I'm like, I don't want to go anymore. It's so great to have you, man.
Appreciate it.
Thanks for. I mean, you made this happen. I was in cardio with Sassy, and she was doing a little Snapchat thing, and Jon is texting Sassy, "Hey, when's Dave coming to San Diego to shoot us?" So thanks to you, I'm here. So thanks for having me, man.
Me and Annie set it up.
Thanks for having me, man.
Absolutely, I appreciate you guys coming down.
So you got some big stuff happening, man. You're wearing that pro sub thing, brand new contract, USA rolling in, new coach. You got a lot going on. Talk to me a little bit about it.
Yeah, it's exciting. Kind of just revamped everything. You know, last year was one that I definitely want to forget about. But like you said, got a new sponsorship with Pro Subs. It's been we've been talking here and there the last couple of years, you know, and then I would sign with somebody else and things like that. But finally came to fruition. Sean and I went down there, got signed up, and
awesome.
Excited. They're doing a ton of new stuff. I mean, they got a ton of great stuff coming out. I was just there shooting again last weekend, so get those pictures out pretty soon as well. But I'm excited to be part of that family. It's a long time coming.
Congratulations. Happy for you, man.
Thanks,
That's
man.
awesome.
And then, yeah, I'm on board with Matt Jansen. Literally revamped everything from A to Z. Completely different training style, completely different training splits. I've been kind of doing the same thing the last couple of years, and you know, just the fresh change just got me really excited again, to be honest with you. There's certain days I'm doing double days, and we're hitting certain things to bring up certain muscle groups I needed to work on. And it's exciting, it's fresh, it's new. You know, it was time for a change. So him and I have been good friends for the last 2 years, so I was always a little reluctant to go that route with someone being a friend and a coach.
Why?
I never want to. I don't like world sliding, you know, professionally and personally. But I didn't know how it would be listening to somebody that you're friends with, you know. And I wanted to make sure he treated me like a client, not a friend, you know.
Okay.
And you know, he was just as hard on me as everybody else. So far, everything's been great. It's been an amazing off season. His diet is completely different than anything I've ever done. I love it. You know, he's very, he listens to you. He changes things.
It's important to you. You told me off camera. So something that's really important for me and a coach is that I need to give feedback. Yeah. And they need to listen. So to me, it's important. So
everybody knows I've been doing this for a while. You know, this is my first rodeo. That's kind of what Matt said to me too. Hey, just talk to me, let me know what is working, what isn't working. We've been down this road before. You know, I've been in contact with Matt here and there through some of the trials and tribulations that I've had over the last few years. So he knows some of the things that I've had to deal with, and he doesn't want me to have to deal with that with him. So we're working together on this, and I really appreciate that. I get the feedback from him, I send him the stuff, he sends me, you know, the revamped diet and training schedule and stuff like that, and we keep it turning. 17 weeks out this weekend-ish.
Yep.
So we got another, I don't know, 3 or 4 more weeks of off season left before we turn it down for to get ready for USA's.
Let me ask you a question that I asked Jimmy actually earlier today. When you come so close from winning the USA, it comes with a lot of pressure, or at least when you were going that year after, everybody's expecting you to win. and when you don't win, do you feel like the pressure that you get from being first runner-up at something like the USA is actually something that's a positive thing or a negative thing? How would you look at it? Because you've been on both sides.
Yeah, I've been on both sides. So, yeah, that year, I took second at USA's and then third at
that was
North
a close call, man.
Well, I was rejudged at both shows.
Wow.
So it was a crazy year. It just it was awesome. I felt like I kind of exploded.
Yep.
You know, from like, I don't even know, 13th or something up to 5th, and then, you know, the next year.
Like Jimmy. That's what Jimmy did, like 15 to 2nd, like you, yeah.
And I didn't really feel the pressure. You know, like we were talking about before, you know, playing in front of 63,000 people and, you know, playing D1 football and, you know, track and everything else, being in front of people, you know, you go into situations and you know the expectations, but you got to take the emotion out of it. You can't have the emotion going into it because you're going to do things you wouldn't do normally. You got to treat it just the same, you know, and that's the biggest thing I learned about playing ball is you got to treat practice the same as a game and vice versa. Doesn't matter if you're playing against Florida State or, you know, a smaller school.
Right.
So going into USA's, you know, after placing second, you know, placing third, I had to treat it just like any other show. Brad Rowe was actually down here training when I was getting ready for USA's that year and said something like, I couldn't deal with that. You know, I couldn't deal with that. It must be a lot of pressure. And I guess I never thought about it going into it.
Good for you, yeah.
That it was a lot of pressure. Obviously coming in and placing 4th that year to, you know, to some really good guys. It was a letdown for me personally because I went in there knowing that I was at my best. Some things happened the last few days that kind of countered that a little bit.
Yeah.
But it was more frustrating on my part because I felt like maybe I should have talked up a little bit more, or I should have said some things or changed some things the last few days to ensure that, you know, I did walk away with the pro card. But, you know, you live, you learn.
Yep.
I've learned a lot in the last few years,
yep.
And I'm just going to try and roll everything up into this year and see what happens. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and say pro card or else, you know, none of that stuff. I just want to be the best that I can be. And I think the best package that I can bring is going to be very competitive.
All right, I was just going to ask you that. That wasn't really my question. I was going to ask you if you feel that you can be at your absolute best, do you think you can win? I think you can. I mean, obviously, you came so close. So,
you know, I've literally played 2nd through 5th.
Right.
You know, at national shows. I'm very tenured on the national level. I've been doing this for a while. I'm very comfortable up there.
Nice.
You know, I think I carry a lot of muscle.
Yep.
I think my structure is pretty decent.
Yep.
And I've never really been knocked for not coming in shape. So, you know, I was always taught from Tamer that you have 3 categories, you know, and those are the 3 categories, and you got to win at least 2 of the 3, you know. And if you're able to do that, you should walk away with the win. Bodybuilding is very subjective.
Yep.
You know, there's going to be somebody that somebody likes versus somebody else and things like that. That's why you have multiple judges, you know, and that's why there's people on the boards, people watching this video, you know, because they have their favorites and things like that. But that's what makes the sport exciting, you know, is the controversy and, you know, who is it this time? No, I like this better, that better, no conditioning size, you know, all this stuff. So it makes it exciting, it's fun. But to roll back to it, I think that if Matt and I can put a pre-contest together the way we have off season, I think it'll be very competitive and it's going to be exciting. It's going to be fun. That's awesome. I'm glad you feel that way. And I'm going to say, listen, this is just my personal opinion. I've seen what you look like when you got second for the USA, and you shocked everybody that year. We shot what, 2 weeks before? Yeah, I was with Chris with you and that video. Oh my God! You know, and I saw you on stage, and it was toss up. You know, you could easily won that show. The controversy, you know. So. I think you've been there before, and that's to your advantage. Like you said, you've been there before. You're comfortable on stage, which is great. And I think if you can really show up to this show confident that you're at absolute best with Matt, and know that, you know, you've done your homework and there's nothing else you could have done. I mean, I hope you win. I wish you win. And appreciate it. And you should know that you know, you've been there before. You've been right there at the edge. You know, so I think Matt really believes in you. Also, he's the greatest guy.
and you really believed in his athlete. And then I'm excited to see what's going to happen, man.
Thanks, man.
Yeah.
Appreciate you coming down.
Of course. I hope to catch you and Jimmy maybe at Venice before the show. That'd be
we'll
great.
Definitely come up. I'll make him come up.
Yeah.
He's lazy.
Yeah.
But, I'll make him come
He
up.
wants to go though, so I think we might be able to convince him.
Cool.
All right. Good luck with the last 7 weeks, Big John.
Brother.
Thanks for having me.